Alright, brave wilderness crew, let's tackle a question I get all the time, one that's sparked countless conversations on our adventures, and in the comments section. When do snakes actually come out? Is there a secret clock that tells them when it's safe to slither into the open? It's a question that sparks curiosity, and sometimes fear. For many, the idea of encountering a snake in the wild is both thrilling and a little nerve-wracking. The truth? Snakes aren't lurking everywhere, waiting to surprise us. They're strategic, energy-conserving, and their lives run on a schedule dictated by temperature, food, and safety. Every decision they make is about survival, avoiding predators, finding food, and staying comfortable in their environment. Understanding this schedule is the key to appreciating these misunderstood creatures. When you know what drives their behavior, you start to see the world through their eyes. Imagine hiking through a forest or desert. You might not see a single snake, but they're there, hidden under rocks, in burrows, or high in the trees. Their camouflage is so effective you could walk right past one and never know it. Every move they make has a purpose. Whether it's hunting, hiding, or simply soaking up the sun, snakes are always making calculated choices. Knowing when they're active can turn a simple walk into a wildlife adventure. Suddenly, every rustle in the grass or movement in the leaves becomes a clue in the story of the wild. My travels have shown me that snake behavior is a puzzle, shaped by the sun, the moon, and the seasons. The time of day, the weather, and even the time of year all play a role in when snakes decide to emerge. Some snakes bask in the morning sun, warming their bodies after a cool night. This is when you're most likely to spot them stretched out on rocks or logs, soaking up those first rays. Others hunt under the cover of darkness, using the cool night air to avoid predators and sneak up on prey. Nocturnal snakes are masters of stealth, moving silently through the undergrowth. By the end of today's journey, you'll know how to piece together this puzzle, wherever you live. Whether you're in the city, the countryside, or deep in the wilderness, you'll be able to spot the signs of snake activity. We'll uncover the surprising facts behind their activity patterns. You might be amazed at how much their routines can change from one species to another, or even from one season to the next. Why does a rattlesnake in the desert have a different routine than a water snake in a swamp? The answer lies in their unique adaptations and the environments they call home. This isn't just about avoiding snakes, it's about understanding them. When you learn their habits, you gain a deeper appreciation for their role in the ecosystem. Replace fear with fascination, and you'll unlock a new respect for these survivors. Snakes have been around for millions of years, adapting and thriving in every corner of the globe. Let's dive into the secret lives of serpents. There's so much more to discover than meets the eye. Let's get right into it. The adventure and the answers start now. Let's break down the basic schedules in the snake world. Some snakes are day dwellers, diurnal, using the sun's warmth to power their day. Snakes are ectothermic, relying on external heat to regulate their bodies. For diurnal snakes, daytime is prime time for hunting, exploring, and finding mates. On the flip side, nocturnal snakes rest during the day and emerge at night, especially in hot climates. Nighttime activity helps them avoid overheating and hunt nocturnal prey. Their senses, like heat-sensing pits, help them navigate and hunt in darkness. Whether a snake is diurnal or nocturnal depends on temperature and prey. Garter snakes are often diurnal, matching their prey's schedule. Desert rattlesnakes may switch to nocturnal habits to beat the heat. Some species are flexible, changing habits with the seasons. A snake might be diurnal in spring, then nocturnal in summer. This adaptability is why snakes thrive almost everywhere. They're true masters of survival. What about the in-between? Some snakes are crepuscular, active at dawn and dusk. These masters of twilight take advantage of low light when predators struggle to spot them. Temperatures are mild, and prey is often active. Think of dawn and dusk as rush hour in the animal kingdom, perfect for catching prey off guard. Copperheads are a great example, becoming active in late afternoon and evening, especially in summer. Their camouflage makes them nearly invisible in the dim light. This lifestyle isn't just about hunting, it's about thermal regulation. By being active at dawn and dusk, snakes avoid extreme temperatures, but still have enough warmth to move and digest food. It's a delicate balancing act, and crepuscular snakes have mastered it. In nature, timing is everything. It's not just about strength, it's about being smart. If there's one thing that truly rules a snake's daily schedule, it's temperature. For snakes, the warmth or coolness of their surroundings isn't just a comfort, it's a matter of survival. Snakes are ectothermic, which means their body temperature is entirely dependent on the environment around them. Unlike mammals or birds, they can't generate their own heat. When it's too cold, their metabolism slows to a crawl, making them sluggish and unable to hunt or digest food. But if it gets too hot, they risk dehydration, overheating, or even death. That's why you'll often spot snakes basking in the sun to soak up heat, then slipping away into the shade or burrows to cool off when things get too intense. They're constantly adjusting their position to find that perfect balance. This ongoing search for the ideal temperature is called thermal regulation, and it's a daily ritual for every snake, no matter where they live. In scorching deserts, many snakes become nocturnal during the hottest months, only coming out at night when the ground cools and the air is less harsh. Weather events play a huge role too. After a long dry spell, a sudden rainstorm can trigger a burst of snake activity, as they take advantage of the cooler, wetter conditions. Rain not only cools the ground, but it also brings out prey like frogs and insects, and provides much-needed water for drinking. Even subtle changes, like a drop in barometric pressure before a storm, can signal snakes to get moving and hunt while conditions are right. Snakes are incredibly in tune with their environment, constantly sensing changes in temperature, humidity, and even air pressure. Their survival depends on reading these subtle cues and responding quickly, whether it's to find food, avoid predators, or simply stay alive. So next time you see a snake basking in the sun or hiding in the shade, remember, it's all about temperature, and their lives depend on it. Every day, snakes perform a delicate dance with the elements, moving between sun and shadow, heat and cool, to survive. That's what makes them such fascinating and resilient survivors, perfectly adapted to thrive in some of the world's harshest environments. So, what are snakes up to when they're out and about? First, they're managing body temperature, basking to warm up, seeking shade to cool down. Next, they're hunting. Some, like coach whips, actively search for prey. Others, like pythons or rattlesnakes, ambush and wait. Finding a mate is another big reason for movement, especially during breeding season. Males may travel long distances, following pheromone trails left by females. Sometimes, you might even witness two males in a combat dance, vying for mating rights. Much of a snake's time is spent moving between basking spots, hunting grounds, and safe hiding places. When you see a snake crossing a trail or road, it's usually just commuting. They're not looking for trouble, just warmth, food, or a mate. Understanding this helps us appreciate their journey, not fear it. Every encounter is a glimpse into their world. Snakes are masters of camouflage, their best defense and hunting tool. Their colors and patterns are perfectly evolved for their habitats. A green tree snake vanishes among leaves, a desert viper blends into sand. By staying still and relying on camouflage, snakes avoid predators and ambush prey. Patterns like a rattlesnake's diamonds or a copperhead's blotches break up their outline, making them nearly invisible. For ambush predators, this is everything. The element of surprise. A gaboon viper, for example, looks just like a pile of leaves, waiting for prey to wander close. Next time you're in nature, look closely. You might spot a hidden snake. Camouflage is an evolutionary superpower. Snakes are the ultimate illusionists of the wild. Snakes have developed some of the most fascinating hunting strategies in the animal kingdom. Pit vipers, like rattlesnakes, have heat-sensing pits to detect warm-blooded prey in darkness, like thermal night vision. Venom is another tool, used to subdue prey, not just for defense. Some venoms attack the nervous system, others the circulatory system, making prey easier to eat and digest. Not all snakes use venom. Constrictors like pythons and boas use sheer power, wrapping around prey and cutting off blood flow. Each species has a unique toolkit, perfectly adapted to its environment. Some, like hognose snakes, even play dead to lure prey. Others, like tentacled snakes, use their bodies to startle fish into their mouths. Studying these tactics reveals a world of brilliant strategy and adaptation. Snakes are marvels of evolution. Their hunting methods are as diverse as the habitats they call home. Now that we know when and why snakes are active, let's talk about how we can safely share the outdoors with them. Coexisting with snakes is not just about avoiding danger, it's about understanding their behavior and respecting their place in the environment. Rule number 1, always give snakes plenty of space. If you see one, admire it from afar and never try to approach or corner it. Most snake bites happen when people try to handle, catch, or harm snakes. Remember, snakes don't want to bite. They only do so when they feel threatened or trapped. To a snake, humans are large and intimidating. Their first instinct is almost always to escape or hide, not to attack. If you give them an escape route, they'll usually take it. Always be aware of your surroundings, especially in areas where snakes are likely to be found, such as forests, grasslands, or near water. Stick to clear, well-marked trails, avoid walking through tall grass or thick brush, and use a walking stick to gently tap the ground ahead. This alerts snakes to your presence so they can move away before you get too close. Be extra cautious when stepping over logs, rocks, or fallen branches. These are favorite hiding spots for snakes seeking shelter or hunting prey. If you spot a snake in your yard, don't panic. Simply watch it from a safe distance. Most snakes are just passing through and will leave on their own. To make your yard less inviting to snakes, remove piles of wood, rocks, and thick vegetation where they might hide. Keeping your yard tidy helps reduce encounters. If a snake finds its way inside your home, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a professional who is trained to safely remove wildlife. Above all, respect is the foundation of peaceful coexistence. Treat snakes with the same care you would any wild animal. Snakes play a vital role in controlling pests like rodents and insects, helping to keep our ecosystems balanced and healthy. By learning to live alongside snakes, we not only protect them, but also help preserve the delicate balance of nature for future generations. With awareness and respect, humans and snakes can thrive together. We've explored the world of snakes, their schedules, strategies, and survival. Why does it matter? Because knowledge replaces fear with respect. Understanding snake behavior keeps us and them safe. It makes us more aware outdoors and helps us share our world with these animals. Snakes are critical indicators of environmental health and vital parts of the food web. When snake populations decline, it's a warning sign for the ecosystem. Protecting snakes means protecting wild places for all life. Next time you think about snakes, remember their complexity and resilience. By choosing to understand them, we appreciate the hidden world around us. Be brave, stay wild, and respect the amazing creatures we share this planet with.